line of notable Rochdams.
Yeah, they actually built the gas stations there.
All of them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How many gas stations are in Berea?
The Rotterdam gas stations? It's 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Gas station empire.
Yeah. You thought Valero was big.
Is Valero big in Ohio?
Rotterdam's bigger.
Rotterdam is bigger. Okay. We have Valero all over in Illinois. I didn't know they were big in Ohio.
They're popping up.
Are they really?
There's a few.
Wow, there's still
Lakewood.
So chains are still getting a foothold in other markets. They're just starting. Guys, we're going to go into the greater Cleveland metropolitan area.
Getting a Valero.
Getting a Valero in there.
I'd like to see Come and Go do more.
Where is that, south?
Yeah.
Come and Go is, I feel like that's more west.
No, it's south. Because
I feel like there's definitely some in like Nebraska.
There might be, but they're all over
and
Georgia and Florida. Yeah. Because when we drive to Florida, they're Come and Go everywhere. They're selling those shirts,
East
boy.
Coast.
Wawa is Florida,
East Coast.
Texas,
Jersey.
There's
Jersey,
Wawas
New
all
York,
over.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
I think they're most closely associated maybe with
DC,
Philly, but they're in Texas
yeah.
and Florida.
It's amazing, like the franchises you've never heard of though, unless you travel. I know I think we were traveling to Jamaica and they had a Blimpie. I never heard of a Blimpie before.
Oh, really?
No, Blimpie used to
They're
be all over
old.
that. Yeah.
They used to be all over the place.
I never heard of
yeah.
that. And it was in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. I remember because we were looking for food, and I was like, "What the hell is a Blimpie?" And I waited in line, and I tried it, and I liked it.
They had them when we were in Arizona. There was a Blimpie in
never went there.
Scottsdale. Oh, he didn't go with us?
He didn't go to.
I went.
I thought he did go with us
No.
when
I
I was
went.
banned.
He was banned. It was right after the Jamaica thing, so Erica took
Oh,
me.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. He couldn't go. You missed out on a Blimpie.
Well, I've been there, but I didn't see the Blimpie there.
Wait, did they really not let you go because of that?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the only. Well,
Because the first year we didn't take him,
Right.
Because it's like he's the screener. So
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
But
Yeah, we needed him to screen the phones back here. And then he porked that listener in Jamaica,
they're
and they
like,
were
nope.
like,
You're
you
a
know what?
liability.
Yeah, this.
it was 2017. I was living in my divorce apartment. I remember.
Okay, well, there you go. If you listen to the show on iHeartRadio from out of state, maybe there's a Blimpie next door to you in Arizona. At night, the light shines into your bedroom like Kenny Rogers Roasters, just blares in there. Tell me where you are. Dustin from Georgia.
Hey.
If that's him. Pendergrass, Georgia. Is that our
would
Dustin?
Sound right?
Christian lives in Killeen, Texas. Nathan listens in Cincinnati. Tammy is in Custer, Washington. And Lenny is in Mesa, Arizona. I will have another trip to L.A. for you. We got Bureau Chiefs out there, too. You have a little meetup if you want. Our Alter Ego Festival happens a week from Saturday at the Forum in Los Angeles. And so we have trips for you all this week. Literally your last-ditch efforts to get out there. 510 is the keyword that I'll have for you on this show. You can win in the morning. You can win with Jason in the midday. And then you can win with us. So 510, I'll have the keyword for you. Coldplay is going to perform. 21 Pilots. Kings of Leon. Imagine Dragons. All Time Low. Willow. And more. No Weezer this time around. I would much rather see...
For now. We'll see what
For
happens
now.
next week.
For a moment.
Yeah,
But Kings of Leon's dynamite. I haven't seen them in a long time, but Kings of Leon is a great live band. So anyway, 510, I'll have the keyword for you. It's Round Trip Air. It's...
Imagine Dragons, one of the best live bands you've ever seen.
I've never seen them.
You need to see them. They're the best. You'll love them. You might not like them when you just hear them on the radio, but when you see them live, it's going to change your whole world.
Have you seen them live?
Nope.
Now, I can't speak to how great Imagine Dragons might be live. People who love them might like them live. I've never seen them live. I think they stink.
Well, their hygiene doesn't have anything to do with their musical talent.
Sometimes a band's better when they stink.
Yeah.
I would be hard-pressed to think of a band that I really didn't like, but then saw them live and was transformed by them. There's not that much, unless you're like a complete studio creation, there's not that much difference, or there shouldn't be that much difference between what you're doing live and what you're doing in the studio.
Yeah, but you could put on a more fun show live.
You can, but that's got nothing to do with, with your music. There's all Kiss is a perfect example, right? Kiss built their brand on theatrics because musically they're okay, and they knew that.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
So maybe you weren't a huge Kiss fan, and someone sees them live, and like that was super fun. I would go see them again.
Growing up in the 70s and 80s, everybody was into Kiss, but it's because we were kids. There were comic books and action figures, but nobody has ever
Maybe
said...
you need to revert to a more childlike version of yourself to enjoy Imagine Dragons live.
If that's the case, they've got bigger problems than their bodily hygiene. And they're Mormons, so I assume they smell great.
That's probably true.
Isn't it? I would imagine that for Mormons, that's probably a sign of, right, taking care of the temple.
Cleanliness is next
to godliness, right there. So, nobody grew up going, oh my God, Kiss is an amazing band. They would say, Kiss is a great show. Kiss puts on a great show. Because they did. Paul Stanley's a great singer.
Better bus driver, in my opinion.
I've never been on one of his routes, and it's been a while. He got the cron, too, over the break. Paul Stanley got ill for a little bit, but he came back stronger than ever. Bus or Applebee's waiter?
Bus.
Bus.
Here's Paul Stanley driving an RTA bus.
Yes. Okay, that's cool. Next stop, Tower City. They got a lot of nice shops in there. You can even get you some Chinese food at the food court. I'm Paul Stanley driving a bus.
That was Paul Stanley driving an RTA bus.
You can barely get some food at the food court.
Yeah.
Well, it was a different time when that was recorded.
I just want to know who still goes there to
Tower
shop.
City.
There's got to be like some stores there. That's
Yeah,
just
but
like
you
an
know
anchor
what?
store.
But that's also every couple of years they go, we're investing it. We're going to make it a tech hub, or we're going to make it an innovation center. It's too big to not do something with.
Well, they still use it for like live events. Like when there is, I don't know if
Yeah,
it's.
Charlie just did the Battle of the Bands
They
thing
do
there.
Battle of the Bands. They have fashion shows there. They have, like, if there's a movie they're promoting, they'll have a press tour there. They'll have like a press junket, and they'll have like the stars like sit up in front of that fountain, and people can ask them questions.
Oh, when Gwen did, when she used to work for the Cleveland Film Commission, they would have huge events at Tower City because they were doing the film festival at the old Tower City theaters. And so, like, the end of that week or whatever, they'd have some huge event there in that main floor of Tower City.
You have to walk through there to get to the casino sometimes. It's the only time.
That's what I'm saying. It's beautiful. Like it just feels like there are a lot of hidden gems. I mean, not even hidden, but there's just like a lot of unused potential within Cleveland.
Well, there
I just
is,
don't
and
understand.
well,
There's no
that's
money.
why there's always Dan Gilbert's going to renovate it or whatever, and then they stop talking about that. And John Skirdick is a guy who is a great follow on Twitter, by the way. He's Skirdick X, and he's over there at the Cleveland Public Library, and he's always posting great old photos of things in and around Cleveland. And he posted one over the holiday of like Tower City in the heyday, and there were like 5,000 people walking around Tower City.
When
We
I was
used
a
to go there on
kid,
field trips.
Yeah.
It was
At
dead by the
school.
time I got here. So
When
it's
I was
like,
a kid, and they had just built Jacobs Field, I remember going to Tower City, and they still had like the WB store, like the Warner Brothers store, and it was like going to a big, like it felt like New York.
Yeah.
It was so packed and so like bustling.
New York.
It did.
When you're a little kid.
You don't know.
It
and
felt
the
like
bodies
that,
are
yeah.
nuts to butts.
Yeah.
At a mall, yeah.
I used to work at a restaurant, so it was inside the Galleria, which was the mall in Cleveland before Tower City opened.
man, yeah.
So that place is like, you think Tower City is a
I don't
sad,
even think I've ever
deserted...
been to the
Dude,
Galleria. Where
We,
is it?
we
Yes.
went to a wedding there a few years ago. It's a beautiful
It's a
building.
cool building,
We,
but
we,
yeah.
we went to a wedding there a few years ago. It was
It
really
was like-
nice.
Oh, it's got a
but
YMCA in it.
Well, then they put in the YMCA. So before the YMCA came in, it was our restaurant. I think they had like one kind of do-it-all food court place that had like sandwiches and breakfast and noodles and like whatever you wanted.
They
And
have
then
a beer fest there too.
no, they do the Winking Lizard World of Beer Tours, but they don't do that anymore.
Well, but Beer Fest was there a few years. Because I remember working on this show and going to it. When
Either
it was
way,
there
that's a
before.
one-day-a-year
Yeah,
event.
I know. But like, that's funny that's what they like. Where can we have this beer event? And they're like, I think it's in the abandoned mall.
Right,
Well,
and
'cause it
then
was
there
available.
Like, and then there was like a convenience store. So there was only like 3 or 4 operating parts to that entire building.
So at one point in time, as you describe it, I could have gotten a breakfast noodle sandwich.
Yes.
And then a bag of chips
Yes.
at the convenience store.
Lottery ticket.
A lottery ticket, a couple scratchers.
And come in for some dessert at the restaurant. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, literally last time I think maybe the only time I was in there was at this wedding. A friend of Gwen's from L.A., his wife is from here, I think, and they were coming here to get married. So it was all these people from out of town we didn't know.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful wedding, and it's a cool building.
So there's a ton of restaurants or hotels down there in that part of town, and I would work on weekends and stuff, and couples would like come in and be like sketched out, and they'd sit down and be like, is this a mall? And I'm like, it used to be in the 80s, and now it's just us. It's us in a convenience store. That's all there is in here. And they're like, is there like shopping? I'm like, not here. Summer, get in your car, drive about 20 minutes, But,
Yeah.
because people from out of town don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
They just search like food and it pops up and they're in this weird abandoned glass mall. It's creepy.
Was Bill thinking of goldenpalace.com?
That's what I was thinking of. That is
I've
exactly
never
what I was
even
thinking.
heard that.
Golden
Yeah.
Palace.
I
yeah.
just remember they do like a lot of stunts. And so I don't know if it was like
Bodog was one too,
Oh,
right?
Bodog,
Remember
that's
Bodog?
another one, yeah. Bodog.
Golden
Palace and
Bo-
Bodog. Those
yeah.
are the exact two that I was thinking of.
There you go.
Good job.
Alan, is 2022 going to be the year for Mary's feet pics?
Maybe.
Well, you'd want to ask her. Oh, we got a maybe. She has really gone. You want to talk about evolution. She has really gone over the course of the last, let's say, year. And maybe we can chalk it up to COVID fog of some kind, right? I mean, or reassessment of priorities. But I think it's safe to say she's really gone over the past year or so from absolutely not, who would do that, I can't even imagine, to maybe this is the year for my feet pics.
I have to get more.
Does it
regular
coincide?
pedicures.
Does it coincide with her trying to ingratiate herself to the people of Berea, Ohio once again? She wants to be one of them again. She's the prodigal daughter of Berea, Ohio, and she thinks, how am I best going to fit in with the average Berean? I'll sell photos of my feet.
I don't think that's what the
Online.
average Berean is doing.
I'm just saying the average whomever, because if you have feet and you're a chick, you have foot pics for sale available as a revenue stream.
If you have cute feet, we talked about this yesterday. If you don't have cute feet, people aren't buying.
There
your
is a
pictures.
market
You
for
got busted hammer toe?
There is a
No.
market for everything. Not everybody's Eddie Murphy and Boomerang. There is a market. Nice contemporary reference that four people will get. Thank you.
I
pal.
understood it.
I knew you would. There's a market for everything.
Okay.
So there are people like, oh, I don't. These toes are too nice. I want hammer toes. It's hammer time. I want. Do you? I assume you
have
have
cute feet, I
there
think.
then what are you worried about?
Nothing. I think I have a 4-star rating on WikiFeet.
I have a feeling, because I've said publicly, I have lovely feet for a man. I bet that if I polished my nails,
You could pass for lady feet.
well, I would have to shave up to a certain point. But yeah, let's see
You got
what kind
hairy
of
feet?
I have hairy legs.
But it doesn't have to be of your legs. It's just of your feet or your toes.
No, but my hair
And
goes
from-
down near my ankle. I mean, you know.
From everything I hear, I have a 4-star rating on WikiFeet, which is nice feet. 9 people rated it beautiful. 9 people rated them nice. 8 people rated them okay. Please tell me there's reviews. I've never looked at this, but I could sell them. I don't know. I was so uncomfortable with it for so long.
Is
and then now I'm just
okay
kinda like,
the
whatever.
minimum tier?
No.
So it can go to really gross. So,
So it's out of 5.
south.
There's beautiful, nice, okay, bad, and ugly.
Right, so nothing south of okay.
No, I have 1 bad and 1 ugly. I lied. I was reading it wrong. Skip down to wall. Oh,
Yeah, those are just feet haters.
just 1 comment. Superior feet, better than most ranked higher.
Huh, there you go.
But I have
that
her
sounds
as
like someone that knows
4
their
stars.
feet. Yeah.
As I think too many are ranked as 5. So this guy's a little stingy, but flawless feet only get 5 stars for him. But
Yeah, some people are very deadly serious about it.
Yeah.
And if you can make just one of those people a regular customer, you've got what they call passive income.
do you know what? I think that's what it is really this year, is that I've got to find a way to make more money. And I'm trying to push comedy and trying to do all these like podcasts and things and trying to get my name out there more. And I'm like, I could make
Feet and farts, man. Feet
Dude,
and
I
There
farts.
could
you go,
sell
that's right.
my face
Yes.
pictures for way more than I could ever make off any kind of a podcast.
Ah,
it's
the
content.
money making endeavor that is podcasting.
That's what I mean.
Everybody's getting rich off podcasting.
Not even podcasting, but like trying to get on more famous podcasts or, into any kind of a circle like that. I don't know, ride somebody's
Sounds
coattails.
like to me that you're a clout chaser.
I'm not a clout chaser. I want to steal other people's fans.
That sounds like a clout chaser.
That's not a clout chaser. I want people to come to my shows. I'm trying to do TikTok because I want to be able to sell tickets on my name.
It's kind of exhausting.
It's so exhausting.
Ugh.
It's so exhausting.
I'm so glad I have this. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that 30 years of my life has been, I've created something that can run on a machine.
Yeah.
I mean, like big picture machine.
No, yeah. I'm at a very...
I'm not reliant on all this stuff. I can do it if I want to have fun with it, but I'm not reliant on it. I don't envy anyone who's reliant on it.
I'm at a very
social media.
frustrating part of my career where I have the talent, ability, chops, all that to headline, but nobody
don't know
knows.
that.
No, I do.
Just kidding.
What a dick.
You have all that for a girl.
For a girl, I'm 70% as funny as men. But I have
Just
all
don't
that.
let her drive to the
admitted
gig.
it.
But I don't have the name recognition. So until I can get name recognition, places aren't booking me to headline. But I'm not making money doing featuring weekends. I'm breaking even. You know? So
it's a
very
difficult, it's a
frustrating place.
vicious circle.
So that's why I'm like, if I could make a little bit more money, then I wouldn't have to take so many crappy gigs.
You do. You say you like to journal. I can encompass everything that you do.
Cody's got it. Here we
so,
go.
you
Life coach Cody Brown.
you sell feet pics for like a month, or just set like some type of deadline, and then you journal your experience, and then you turn that into your act. So you talk about like, so I sold feet pics for a month, and I never thought I was so shortchanged my life, and then I was here headlining for all you people.
Well, that
He's
sounds
my
hilarious.
writer.
He nailed it.
That
He's my
sounds
head writer.
But you're supposed to make
the
it funny.
funniest
He's
thing
not the
ever.
comic. He's not the comic in his defense.
He's giving
He's
you
the idea man.
Feet
Right.
pics, sell them, you make money, you journal, you write about it, and then you have content.
Use
Big
it-
ones,
use
small
it
ones,
to-
skinny ones, tall ones, brown ones, black ones, round ones, fat ones.
Those are the kinds of feet people will pay money for.
Yes. Mine it for content.
Do some running. Like, just film yourself running barefoot.
Dude, some people want that.
I know.
Or what I'm finding, I've talked to a couple girlfriends who sell feet pics, and they said a lot of guys want pictures of the soles of your feet. It's not even necessarily
The
your
dirtier, the
toes.
better.
They just want, they like, not the toenails, they like the little ball, like the little toe
Make it
underneath. What's the underneath of your toe called?
The shrimp part?
The pad?
The underneath of your
the
toe.
little
toe
shrimp-
pad?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, a toe pad, sure.
Yeah, that's what they want to see.
Toe
like the
meat.
sole of your yes, your toe meat and the sole of your toe meat.
Use the thing.
Find me. My handle is Mary Santora at toemeat.pro.
Use all the things that get rid of the dead skin.
Yeah, I'd have to get more regular pedicures.
and
but
just
maybe
film
I will.
that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. What does it matter at this point? Everybody's gonna die. Screw it. Might as well.
Yeah, we
sell
got a
pictures of my
couple of
feet.
years left on the planet, and then, so.
My roommate and I were talking about, he's like, man, I might just say screw it and just film an OnlyFans.
Why not?
I'm like,
That's
I'll
where I'm
direct you.
at. You can go back to this conversation 2020 when I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Stand up's gone. You guys are like, sell pictures. You'd be like, no, people are going to use it for sex. And now I'm like, whatever, dude. It's toes. I don't care.
They're already using stuff that you don't intend for sex for sex.
I know.
They'll make
So-
use of it. I
Might as
remember
well
looking
make
at
money off it.
Bon Jovi's Rolling Stone cover.
My
I made
boyfriend's
use.
on your guys' team, by the way.
Of course.
We've talked about it. He goes, I don't know why you're not doing this.
Right.
Please do something so I can quit my job.
Please do this, all right? I will help you.
Right.
And he
You
said,
guys-
all I want to do is work at Lowe's.
He wants to work at a Lowe's and hang out.
You guys can have your own OnlyFans page.
No, that
Couple.
is too far. Corn is too far for me. Feet stuff, maybe.
Who said it had
And
to be
then
porn?
2 years from now,
Just record your fights and people get off to that.
Yeah, when I still don't have any name recognition in comedy, I'm like, guys, it's just OnlyFans. I don't know why.
I just love that it's mainstream now because I was talking about this again with my roommate and I just feel like a lot of people that did porn in high school after they got out of high school or in college and they're like shamed on it. They joined like a big fancy studio and they're like, it's gonna be out there forever, whatever. And they don't own the masters to that or anything. They don't get residuals from that. All they had to do is now, like, get an OnlyFans. All you had to do is wait a couple years. You wouldn't have gotten shamed, and you get to keep all your content, or you could pull it down whenever you want to.
Well, just because there are more people doing it, it might lessen the stigma. But just from this conversation alone, there is still,
There's still
a
stigma.
stigma associated with doing pornography.
But I'm talking about the
or
control.
pornographic material. Oh yeah, absolutely. You should
You have more control.
That's right.
Versus my friend that I know.
You should control the means of production.
He did it because he was poor, and he was just like, I was going to be kicked out of my apartment. And he was like, the only thing I have, he was like, I have a really nice body, and people want to see me naked. And some dude was like, I'll give you $5,000 right now, and I'll give you, however much money to the end of the year. And he's like, I had to take it. And he was like, and it's up there. People can Google me. People can find me. And I have to deal with that for the rest of my life. It's not a matter of if they'll find out. It's a matter of when they'll find out. And I just have to deal with that.
But it is also kind of if they find out, because the more content that gets put online, the more it is a needle in a haystack. Mm-hmm. So you go, yeah, it is out there. Let's see if someone finds it.
Right.
And if they do, I'll deal with it at the time. But for all of the pornographic content that's out there, there's a lot of people you've never seen, never heard of.
Never
you don't
will
know.
see again.
Your friends that might,
Yeah.
I found him on accident though. That's how like it was a very popular porn. Like I was strolling around, I was like, oh that look wow. I was like, now this is even weird. But I'm still about to do it. And I texted him, I said, hey. He's like, I know.
Maybe 2022 is the year of the Mary Santora Patreon. For $1 a month, you get ham content. For $5 a month,
ham content.
Ooh, it feels so good.
$5 a month is bonus stand-up videos. $20 a month is feet pics.
And
We'll
that-
work on the tiers, but
Here's the
There's going to be a tier.
tiers
Yeah,
is
you're gonna need the tier
$25
tiers,
a month.
But
if you want
this
to watch
is
me cry.
but the real existential crisis comes from, and this is what any artist or creator has to contend with. Bill's talked about this before. It's analogous to trying to promote things that you're doing and nobody cares, but you put dumb crap. The audience will tell you what they like best about you.
ham content's going to go through the roof.
And if ham content supersedes stand-up content, at some point you got to come to terms with the fact that you are not a stand-up comic anymore. You are a ham content creator.
Yeah.
And that's a hard pill for some people to swallow because you're in a gilded cage at that point.
Right.
You're like, this is my revenue stream,
I'm the ham
not
guy.
what I really want to do. Right.
I could be
That's the tough part.
I could be an online ham influencer.
A hamfluencer?
Honey baked mare.
Yeah.
Alan, when we were kids, my sister got diarrhea in the Galleria.
There you go.
35 years ago, and we still give her a hard time about it. Hey, remember when you got diarrhea in the Galleria?
I looked up that building and I walk past it all the time and I never notice it, nor have I gone inside.
No
Very
one really
unassuming.
knows
If you
what
don't
it
walk
is.
in,
Yeah.
it's like a pass through.
Wow. And now I remember seeing all the photos of people like getting engaged there or it's like lit up for Christmas. So
Just think back in the day, you could have turned down a marriage proposal at the Galleria.
I have a bad case of diarrhea.
All right, I have to take a break here. In the Galleria. If you want to get a text in 35192 to do that, I will have Cavaliers tickets for you. They're going to be playing the Knicks in a couple of weeks at the Bromo Fijos. If you want to take in a game, I'll hook you up here shortly. 35192 if you want to text, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app.